Have you ever felt your heart beat a little faster after a long sit, wondering whether the blood inside is flowing as smoothly as it once did? At this stage of life, every heartbeat carries decades of stories, and each drop of blood is precious cargo. Today's journey uncovers 11 everyday fruits that quietly support healthy circulation, helping reduce the chance that stubborn clots might slow you down. Stay with this gentle guide and discover how color, flavor, and simple habit can keep your blood moving like a soft, steady river of life. Tart cherries, the crimson helper. The very first bite of a ruby-red tart cherry feels like opening a window to summer. Sweet, bright, and just daring enough to wake sleepy taste buds. Yet behind that lively flavor stands a quiet army of anthocyanins, deep crimson pigments that soothe swollen vessel walls and tame wayward platelets before they can clump. Picture anthocyanins as thoughtful ushers in a concert hall, guiding excited guests to their own seats so no one blocks the aisles. Research shows these compounds lower C-reactive protein and calm the enzymes that trigger clot formation, all while nudging nitric oxide to widen vessels and keep traffic flowing. Maybe you've heard stories from cherry-growing families in northern Michigan who spoon thawed Montmorency cherries over yogurt at dusk and wake with lighter legs by dawn. Their relief is more than folklore. Lab tests reveal tart cherry juice can reduce fibrinogen, the sticky protein that knits clots together. Less fibrinogen means any microscopic clots already forming become loose threads rather than tight knots, threads the body's natural cleaning crew can whisk away. Consider adding a half cup serving after your evening walk. The soft red jewels mingle beautifully with oats, drizzle of honey, or even a crumble of mild cheese if you fancy a savory twist. Taste the sweet-sour burst, and imagine each cherry sending gentle messages down the bloodstream. Relax here. Unwind there. Let go. Over time, that daily whisper helps prevent the slow buildup that can constrict circulation. In the stillness that follows, notice how ankles feel free to flex, how hands warm quicker in a cool room, how thoughts glide like dragonflies over a calm lake. These small sensations add up to renewed confidence, that reassuring sense that blood is moving steadily, carrying oxygen to memories, laughter to fingertips, and possibility to every cell waiting for its next adventure. Pineapple, nature's golden enzyme. Cutting into a ripe pineapple releases a fragrance like sunlight captured in raindrops, and beneath its golden flesh lies bromelain, an enzyme treasured for generations across Pacific Islands. Bromelain works almost like a pair of patient scissors, snipping the excess fibrin strands that create stubborn meshes inside vessels. When fibrin loosens, tiny clots dissolve before they can grow into larger roadblocks. Imagine travelers in Hawaii sipping fresh pineapple juice after long inter-island flights. Island elders claim it keeps ankles from puffing and minds from fogging in humid heat. Scientific studies now echo that tradition, showing bromelain reduces platelet stickiness and slows the cascade that hardens liquid blood into gel-like plugs. It even encourages the body to release plasmin, a natural clot dissolver that tidies up leftover debris. Consider blending a quarter cup of pineapple chunks into your morning smoothie. The enzyme thrives best in a raw, unheated form, so that creamy drink becomes more than a treat. It is an internal spa treatment for vessels, coaxing tightly packed cells to drift apart and float gracefully downstream. If acidity worries tender stomachs, pair the fruit with a spoon of Greek yogurt or a splash of almond milk to soften the tang. Feel how the vibrant sweetness lights up taste buds first, then picture that brightness traveling through veins like lanterns guiding the night. With each calm breath, sense heaviness leaving calves and any lingering tension in temples easing away. Over weeks, small daily servings create steady ripples, bromelain quietly trimming clotting threads, circulation smoothing, and energy returning like a gentle tide that never fails to kiss the shore. Grapes. Tiny spheres of circulatory grace. Whether you choose bright green globes, dusky reds, or deep violet gems, grapes deliver resveratrol, a guardian molecule that keeps platelets from gathering in hasty crowds. Think of resveratrol as a wise village elder calming spirited youngsters, reminding them there is room for everyone to pass without shoving. This polyphenol lowers thromboxane, the chemical signal that tells platelets to rush in and stick, and it raises nitric oxide, widening paths for easier travel. Visualize an afternoon in a Tuscan vineyard. Silver-haired friends share grapes beneath rustling leaves, their laughter swirling with warm breeze. Local doctors quietly note lower stroke rates among these sun-kissed elders, and research confirms regular grape intake thins blood slightly, encourages antioxidant defenses, and helps dissolve nascent clots before mischief begins. You might place a small bowl beside your afternoon tea. As each grape bursts with cool juice, imagine tiny river stones being lifted from a stream bed, letting water glide unchecked. Pair grapes with a few raw almonds for balanced sugar release and longer-lasting calm energy. If you fancy variety, try frozen grapes on a warm evening. They become playful sorbet pearls that massage gums and refresh spirit in one joyful bite. Over days, notice fingertips warming faster when clasping a mug, or thoughts arriving clearer during crossword sessions. That gentle clarity mirrors what happens inside. Blood making unhurried progress through branching channels, free of clumps that could silence the music of memory or slow the dance of daily life. Let each handful remind you of spacious vineyards and endless sky, where movement is effortless and time feels kindly unhurried. Pomegranate, seeds of gentle momentum. Cracking open a pomegranate reveals hundreds of glistening arils, a hidden city of ruby lanterns. Each seed holds polyphenols that invite the body to release more nitric oxide, relaxing vessel walls, discouraging platelets from stacking, and even nudging enzymes that break down existing clots. Studies show pomegranate extracts reduce oxidative stress markers that stiffen arteries, making blood less likely to snag on roughened surfaces. Across the Middle East, communities toast the harvest with pomegranate spritzers, believing every seed swallowed lengthens life by a heartbeat. Their faith finds echo in clinical trials, where daily pomegranate juice improved carotid artery flow in older adults within a single year. Fewer free radicals meant fewer rough spots for clots to anchor, and higher antioxidant capacity kept blood silky and responsive. Consider sprinkling 2 tablespoons of arils over a salad of spinach, orange segments, and toasted walnuts. The juicy pop contrasts with tender greens, while healthy fats help absorb fat-soluble plant pigments. If dexterity makes seed removal tricky, supermarkets now sell cups of ready-to-eat arils that slip easily into yogurt or cereal. Feel their tart sparkle awaken senses, then picture rogue clots losing their grip, dispersing into harmless specks, swept away by an ever-renewing tide. As evenings grow cooler, warm pomegranate juice gently on the stove with a hint of cinnamon. Sip slowly and sense a soothing pulse spreading from chest to fingertips. In this ritual lives a reminder that deep inside vessels, quiet work continues. Walls soften, blood hums, and life moves forward with the steadfast rhythm of a caravan crossing moonlit desert sands. Kiwi, the emerald whisper. Slice into a kiwi, and a world of springtime unfurls. Emerald flesh scented with meadowgrass, dotted by tiny midnight seeds. Kiwi offers abundant vitamin C and vitamin E, antioxidant partners that protect vessel linings from injury where clots often begin. Beyond vitamins, kiwi provides natural salicylates, gentle, aspirin-like compounds that thin blood just enough to discourage platelets from crowding together. Nutrition studies from New Zealand reveal that eating 2 kiwis each morning reduced platelet aggregation by up to 15% in older volunteers, rivaling low-dose pharmaceutical options without stomach discomfort. Participants also showed lower triglycerides and improved HDL cholesterol, factors that further smooth circulation. One retired schoolteacher replaced sugary pastries with chilled kiwi boats and soon noticed swollen ankles retreating and evening walks becoming breezier. Try scooping kiwi halves with a spoon alongside breakfast oats, or blend one into a mild green smoothie with cucumber and mint. The soft acidity lifts flavors while enzymes like actinidin may aid protein digestion, easing post-meal heaviness and promoting overall comfort. For those sensitive to raw tang, a quick poach softens bite without losing clot-friendly salicylates. As the juice meets tongue, envision dense traffic parting on a city bridge at rush hour, cars gliding into organized lanes. That is your blood under kiwi's touch. Cells moving single file, fibrin nets loosening, vessel walls gleaming like freshly polished rails. In the calm that follows, breathe deeply and note how joints feel nimbler, how thoughts drift light as dandelion seeds on a morning breeze. Each humble kiwi becomes a small act of self-kindness, whispering through the bloodstream, flow freely, travel gently, carry life forward. Blueberries, indigo guardians of flow. A palmful of blueberries looks like dusk gathered into pearls, each sphere coated with a soft bloom that speaks of forest shadows and cool morning mist. Within that indigo cloak lie anthocyanins, natural dyes that quiet the sticky chatter of platelets and ease swollen vessel walls. Picture anthocyanins as gentle counselors in a busy station, guiding travelers to stand apart so corridors remain clear. Scientific studies reveal that blueberry compounds suppress thrombin, the enzyme that stiffens blood into clots, while raising nitric oxide so arteries relax and widen. Maine hikers once carried small tins of wild blueberries on marshy treks, trusting the fruit to keep legs lively over spring bogs. Now laboratory findings echo their intuition. Daily blueberry consumption trims fibrinogen levels, thinning the very mesh that traps red cells into dangerous plugs. A cup in your morning oatmeal or a quick handful with afternoon tea becomes more than a sweet treat. It is a subtle safeguard, disarming clot builders before they gather force. 8. Lemon. Bright drops of balance. A wedge of lemon, squeezed over water at dawn, releases a scent like sunlit linen flapping on a breeze. Beneath that zesty spark lies citric acid and a gentle dose of natural salicylates, blood-thinning allies that keep platelets from clinging together in restless clumps. Think of salicylates as amicable referees on a playground, reminding exuberant children to keep a respectful distance. Research shows lemon polyphenols diminish P-selectin, the adhesive patch platelets use to stick, while citric acid helps dissolve calcium deposits, roughen vessel walls, and snare passing cells. In coastal villages along the Mediterranean, elders greet daybreak with warm lemon water, reporting lighter steps and clearer concentration as years unfold. Modern data now backs their practice, linking daily citrus intake with reduced clotting factors and healthier blood pressure. A simple ritual, sipping lemon-kissed water before breakfast, coaxes vessels to stay supple and invites microclots to unravel like loose knots in string. Consider drizzling fresh lemon over steamed vegetables, grilled fish, or even a sweet slice of honey toast. The bright tang lifts flavor and brightens mood, all while nudging bloodstream traffic into calm procession. As that yellow brilliance dances across your palate, visualize it traveling inward, polishing vessel walls till they gleam, urging heavy clusters to glide apart like boats pushed gently toward open sea. With weeks of practice, you may notice ankles feeling less tight after garden work, fingers flexing easily over crossword clues, or evening pulse beating with the unhurried grace of a seaside lullaby. Watermelon, river of summer sweetness. Chilled watermelon on a hot afternoon is summer made tangible, crisp, ruby flesh releasing rivers of juice that trickle down the wrist. Inside this refreshing cascade hides L-citrulline, an amino acid that the body converts into nitric oxide, coaxing arteries to widen and discouraging clots from taking hold. Imagine nitric oxide as a soft tide pushing debris off a harbor floor, clearing channels for smooth sailing. Studies reveal that eating watermelon daily lowers arterial stiffness and decreases platelet aggregation, translating picnic pleasure into measurable circulatory ease. Families in the American South long-cooled porch gatherings with thick watermelon slices, trusting the fruit to chase away the heaviness of humid evenings. Today, scientists confirm that citrulline and lycopene together reduce oxidative stress, preventing vessel walls from roughening into snag points for clots. A cup of juicy cubes mid-afternoon restores hydration, supplies electrolytes, and sweeps sluggish blood into gentle motion. Blend frozen chunks into a rosy smoothie or sprinkle mint over fresh wedges for added lift. As sweet nectar floods your senses, envision sluggish cells perking up, drifting apart, and floating downstream toward lungs full of new oxygen. Over days, note how calf muscles feel lighter after a long sight, how head fog lifts sooner on warm mornings, how breath flows easily during evening strolls. Watermelon is more than dessert. It is a river that carries tension away and leaves vessels humming like cicadas in a twilight field. Steady, relaxed, enduring. Papaya, soft dawn for the blood. Papaya's peach blush flesh melts on the tongue with the gentleness of early dawn coloring a quiet sky. Within that silk resides papain, an enzyme that gracefully trims excess fibrin, the stubborn net holding clots together. Papain behaves like a skilled tailor, snipping loose threads so heavy knots cannot form. Studies show papaya enzymes raise fibrinolytic activity, the very process the body uses to dissolve established clots and clear passages. In tropical gardens, elders enjoy papaya boats sprinkled with lime at sunrise, reporting nimble joints and calm hearts as midday heat approaches. Researchers now observe lower inflammatory markers and improved blood viscosity among consistent papaya eaters, explaining those stories of lasting lightness. A half cup serving with breakfast or blended into a sunset smoothie delivers enzymes in their most active state, inviting clots to release their grip. If digestion feels delicate, pair papaya with a spoon of plain yogurt or a dash of cinnamon to warm the stomach. As the fruit's subtle sweetness coats your mouth, picture papain drifting through veins, gently loosening snarled fibrin nets the way a gardener frees vines from a trellis. With weeks of quiet work, swelling softens, night cramps fade, and a calm confidence spreads through limbs. Papaya becomes sunrise within, promising each beat of blood a clear horizon. Avocado, velvet heart protector. Creamy avocado spooned from its rough shell feels like velvet in the mouth and solace in the bloodstream. Rich in monounsaturated fats and vitamin K modulation compounds, avocado oils keep platelets from clustering too quickly while feeding vessel linings so they stay pliant and smooth. Imagine these healthy fats as a silky balm coating tunnel walls, preventing bumps where clots might latch. Clinical findings show regular avocado intake reduces LDL oxidation and lowers platelet activation, diminishing clot risk without thinning blood excessively. Highland farmers in Oaxaca fuel long days with corn tortillas spread in mashed avocado, noting steady pulses and limber joints into old age. Science now traces their vigor to oleic acid and phytosterols that curb inflammatory messengers such as interleukin-6, dampening the sparks that ignite clot formation. Half an avocado at lunch, topped with a sprinkle of chili or lemon, supplies this cellular calm in delicious form. For variety, blend avocado into smoothies for a creamy texture, or whisk its flesh with olive oil for a lush salad dressing. As the green richness lingers on the palate, picture vessel walls gleaming with a protective sheen, blood gliding like skaters across a newly smoothed rink. Notice over time that morning, stiffness eases faster. That heartbeat feels steady during quiet reading. That naps leave you refreshed instead of groggy. In every soft spoonful lies a velvet promise. Circulation sheltered, heart content, life's pathways open and free. Tomato, scarlet symphony of circulation. A sun-warmed tomato sliced open releases a scent of garden earth and summer rain. Its crimson flesh carries lycopene and gentle salicylates, partners that thin thickening blood while defending vessels from the rust of oxidation. Lycopene settles into LDL particles, guarding them against damage that can roughen artery walls and snare passing platelets. Meanwhile, natural salicylates whisper to platelets to remain serene, spacing themselves instead of rushing into clots. Across Mediterranean coasts, dusk streets fill with aroma from pots of simmering tomato sauce, and older neighbors speak of light pulses and clear minds. Studies find that daily tomato consumption lowers platelet aggregation and raises fibrinolytic activity, essentially loosening any tiny plugs already forming. Even lightly cooked tomatoes multiply lycopene's availability, turning simple sauces into medicinal symphonies. Drizzle olive oil over sliced tomatoes, add basil, and taste the harmony of flavors and benefit. Or pour a ladle of rich red sauce over whole-grain pasta, feeling warmth spread from stomach to limbs. As that scarlet essence enters circulation, visualize valves opening smoothly, blood coursing like a gentle orchestra crescendo, strings of nitric oxide rising, percussion of antioxidants steady, all moving toward a finale of effortless flow. In coming weeks, observe evening fatigue fading, mental fog lifting after meals, and a comforting steadiness in every heartbeat. The tomato becomes a daily encore, a reminder that nourishment and protection can sing together in bright, beautiful notes. Your body has carried you through storms and sunshine alike, and within that enduring frame beats a heart eager for many chapters yet unwritten. These 11 fruits are simple, colorful allies, delicious reminders that each day offers a gentle choice towards smoother circulation and brighter vitality. Consider weaving their flavors into meals, sharing a bowl with friends, or gifting a neighbor a basket of summer sweetness. In nourishing your blood, you honor every story it holds and welcome new ones yet to bloom. If this gentle guide warmed your spirit, feel free to pass it along so others may taste the ease of movement and the quiet joy of a heart unburdened and free.